I've arrived. Commencing operation. Eat lead! Reloading. Sir! Reloading. Locking on. You're dead! Engaging! Thunderclap! Eat lead! Gotcha! Neutralize! Gotcha! Need ammo. Neutralizing! Now! Gotcha! Now! This should do it. Let's go! Reloading. Gotcha! Eat lead! Neutralizing! Gotcha! Here we go! Run through! Breaking through! Here we go! Eat lead! Engaging. Let's go! Piss off! Need ammo. Eat lead! Gotcha! Neutralizing. Fire! Now! Gotcha! Steady. Does it! More firepower. Piss off! Thunderclap! Got him! Need ammo. Reloading. Eat lead! Now! Eat lead! Neutralizing! Does it! Need ammo. Gotcha! Neutralizing! Reloading. Eat lead! Now! Neutralizing! Steady. Does it! Neutralizing! Eat lead! Gotcha! To dance with lightning. Got you now. Now! Engaging! Stay shot still! Let's go! Thunderclap! All right, you're dead! Lamek! Piss off! Got him! Reloading. Eat lead! Aim. Fire! Run through them! Locking on. Now! Light 'em up! Piss off! R.I.P. Reloading. Sight. Your maker. Dead to rights!
Want to take your weapons to new heights? I can arrange that. Don't be a stranger!
Oh my!
Let's talk. What kind of weapons you need? Hammer with the heart, not the mallet. That's my way. Your weapons won't betray you.
What can I do you for? Does someone want to trade in their Dahlia badges? Civilian! Appreciate the support!
Skyfarers, huh? All right, let's get to it. It's a success. I'll handle it. Success. Let's kick it up a notch. Show me. Come back sometime.
Oh my.
Come right up, folks. Feast your eyes on my incredible merchandise.
Can I have a second?
Fresh sandwiches. Come to the soup and inside.
Mission accepted.
Kept me waiting long enough.
This should help. Guess I could use some elbow grease. All that maintenance paid off. Yeah, that feels more like it.
Yes, can I help you? What do you think? Would you take this one? Please be careful.
We ready? Get in there!
We're surrounded. Try to hold out until reinforcements get here.
Hold steady!
Here we go.
Leave it to me!
Found an open.
All me!
Light 'em up.
And actually, we'll finish the next wave in no time. Looks like we've got guests. Go give them a big welcome.
You got it in my sights.
More incoming.
Just keep coming, or we'll show him who's boss. Uh-oh. Go get him!
Locking on.
On my mark. Got him.
In my way. That went smoothly.
You don't say. That right. Got a vision. This is gonna break what you sow. Thunderclap. It's showtime. Go.
Need ammo.
Bullet for it out. Do it. Got him. Coming right out. I guess we got a little carried away.
You can say that again.
Open fire.
Engage him.
My sights.
Don't get sloppy.
No shit. Understood. On my mark. Bullet.
One way down, but looks like there's still more. Looks like we've got guests. Go give them a big welcome.
Over here! I've got your back! Just like that!
Let's make this quick. Locking on. Lock and load.
Eat this!
Light 'em up.
You got it.
We're a good team.
Now it's
Enough!
Just keep coming, or we'll show them who's boss. Looks like they're coming for us. You ready?
Take him.
Got it!
On the move.
All right. Sock it to him. Run it.
Looking good so far. You got this.
I can take it!
Unleash what you sow.
Under thunder.
Take this!
Perish. Don't push yourself.
Thanks, but I know my limits.
All right, cover me.
Going in!
Hit confirmed.
Still enemies left, but you can take them.
Let's go. Thunderclap.
All right.
Now!
Execute.
Need you to cover me!
Consider it done. Reloading. To dance with lightning.
Let's go. Bring out the
All
We're
right.
in the home stretch now. Keep it up.
What did you expect?
Get behind me!
They're here. Everything worked out in the end.
Good work. Now let's get back out there.
We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices.
Come to view the requests?
All I want is peace and quiet. Which, at first, doesn't seem like such a tall order. Peace exists in every corner of the Sky Realm, but it's fragile. a stray bullet, a whisper of discontent, and it all comes crashing down. True peace takes work. It takes defending. Because tragedy is always waiting around the corner to take you unawares, like it did me all those years ago. Maybe that's why I harp on peace and quiet so much.
Eustace? Eustace, do you copy? Answer me, Agent!
An irate voice came over my portable transceiver, breaking the stillness of the forest. My employer, the Society, was ordering me to eliminate Lyria and her companions. Seems they feared her ability to command primal beasts. But shadows and suppositions are no reason to spill innocent blood. So, for the first time in my career, I turned my back on a mission. I'd had jobs that left a bad taste in my mouth, plenty of them, but I remained a loyal hound of the Society because, in the grand scheme of things, I thought we were working for the greater good. But hearing that blind rage through my transceiver earlier, the lack of even a semblance of mercy, raised my bile. I can't put into words why I went rogue, but I knew that if I went through with that assassination, I'd never be able to live with myself again. I took off my transceiver, crushed it in my hand, and threw it into the loam. Then I retraced my steps back to the crew. As I made my way through the forest, I reflected on how I came to travel on the Grand Cipher. It started with Beatrix and her habit of charging after trouble like a bull after red. This time, she decided to run an unauthorized investigation into the Otojumoki gang. Long story short, the gang took her hostage, and it was up to us to rescue her. With the crew's cooperation, we managed to get her out of there in one piece. From that point on, the Society wanted me to surveil the girl in blue and her allies. Zeta and Vasaraga had already worked their way onto the crew, so I followed suit. The more time I spent with them on their journey, the more I got to know the captain. Captain was a natural-born fighter and leader, a true wild card capable of anything. That was a problem for the Society. They don't like what they can't control. But it became clear, at least to me, that this rising prodigy had no ambitions for power or influence. I'd never met anyone so selfless, so willing to put the needs of others first. And seeing such kindness, such genuine good, burned away something heavy in my chest that had been collecting for years. But things could have gone differently. If the Society had ordered me to eliminate the crew before they'd had a chance to change me, I'd have willingly become a monster.
There you are, Sourpuss. Where'd you run off to?
Before those thoughts could lead me down a dark path, Vern's voice pulled me back. I sat down and stroked the head of a dog who nuzzled up to me. He was the first dog I'd befriended in ages, thanks to encouragement from Lyria. I closed my eyes and let the peace of the moment wash over me.
Did something happen?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. It wasn't the time to tell them about a new enemy. Not until I'd figured out how to deal with the Society going forward. But that too could wait a bit longer. I always use these moments of peace and quiet to reflect on what matters most to me. And considering how fleeting the calm can be, I didn't want to let it go to waste. punishment for my insubordination was duly expected, but never came. Instead, the Society gave me my next mission, like nothing had ever happened. Did they defer the hit on the crew? I wondered, but decided to let sleeping dogs lie. I kept my head down and completed mission after mission. As long as the Society kept the crew out of its crosshairs, I saw no reason to bite the hand that feeds. Even though I should have known that peace needs to be protected. Time went by, and I was pulled away from the crew for another job. That's when the Society sent a task force after Lyria. I returned just in time to intercept the soldiers, but they wouldn't back down. My finger rested on the trigger guard, ready to spill blood if needed, when a familiar face stepped in. Ronan. Ronan was a member of the Society's top brass. If he was running field missions, then the organization must have been crumbling from the inside out. I'd heard the Society had splintered into 9 factions, but I never realized things had gotten so bad. The task force they'd sent were regular soldiers, who stood no chance against the crew. A functional chain of command would never make such a miscalculation. Ronan ordered the troops to stand down, and we did the same. It was time to get some much-needed answers. I can't seem to figure out whose side you're on. Maybe you can help. Trust. If there was going to be any between us, we'd have to be on the same page. Just days prior, the crew and I had gone to the small island of Moonsliver and fought a mechanical weapon designated as Atomagod Piet A. This Atomagod and others like it had apparently come to the Sky Realm from the moon. When the battle turned ugly, Grinoth transformed, so to speak, and that got me thinking. What if Atomagods and seal weapons are one and the same? Maybe seal weapons could shapeshift into Atomagods, drawing on some strange power. Or maybe Atomagods changed into seal weapons long ago to hide their true forms. Either way, I left nothing out of my post-battle report. But I guess the Society didn't want that information to see the light of day, because when I checked the archives later on, the report had vanished without a trace. Now, it's hard to say what kind of conflict will erupt between us, Moon Dwellers, and Atomagods. But a war is coming, one that the Society is no longer prepared to face. An organization is only as strong as its foundation, and the cracks are getting worse. They need me, especially as Flamex wielder. So, should I be a dog for the organization, a dog for you, or a stray bent on revenge?
I see what this is about.
I've known Ronan for a long time. He's the only one in the upper echelon who wouldn't stab me in the back. If anyone else had been standing in front of me, there'd be no negotiation.
The conflict with the blue-haired girl is bigger than me. You do understand that.
Not my problem. If the Society wanted me to stay, I'd do so on one condition, and one condition only. Stay out of the crew's business. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Considering Ronan's position within the top brass, he should be able to pull some strings. I decided to put my chips on him.
You're as unreasonable as ever.
He let out a drawn-out sigh, and I knew we had a deal. Then that's all there is to it. The rest is up to you. I was back on the leash. Fine. If that's what it took to preserve my peace and quiet, then so be it. can still smell the charred bodies, hear the crackle of combustion, see the raging fires. That's the price I pay for having cheated death as a kid. It started like any other day. I was out in the woods, nursing an abandoned wolf pup I named Viddy. Without warning, a searing flash turned everything white. I wouldn't learn until later that it had permanently damaged the vision in my right eye. The pain was intense, but I didn't have much time to dwell on it. Within seconds, the shock wave caught up and knocked me on my back. When I finally sat back up, half dazed, my sight had returned, and I saw a sky screaming with light. Maybe I'd have been better off blind. Black smoke billowed from the village. I left behind everything I had and ran.
No! This isn't real. This isn't real.
The main square was littered with shapes so burnt they were hardly recognizable as bodies. I didn't stop to identify them, just kept my eyes forward and sprinted for home.
Mom! Dad!
If anyone was still alive, they'd never hear me over the roaring fire. I circled around to the barn. The structure was still standing, and maybe, just maybe, I still had a family. But seconds after I charged in, a support beam over my head burned through.
Ah!
Something tackled me from behind. Struggling to my feet, I looked back and saw a bundle of fur pinned under the wood. Shock numbed my mind, my senses. I don't know how I got Viddy out from under the rubble, but I remember carrying him back out into the cold. Our village was separated from neighboring towns by large fields and thick woodlands. All I could see was a blank shroud of ash and snow. But still I prayed for someone, anyone, to save us. I kept on through the blizzard, because to stop would be death. First, I lost my voice crying again and again for help. Next, I began to lose consciousness. Finally, as I lost hope, I saw a figure approaching through the snow. Ronan saved my life that day, but he couldn't save Viddy's. My world had burned, and the best parts of me along with it. I was left with a lump of coal for a heart. No mission, no matter how cruel, could move me. I thought I would simply kill until I was killed. Until a miracle reminded me what it was to live again. I owe everything I am now to one person.
There's our guy. We looked everywhere for you, Eustace.
I opened my eyes, hearing a familiar voice. There was the captain. The rest of the crew not far behind. It seems this lone wolf's found his pack. Thinking back on it now, I've come across many miracles. Ronan discovering me in the snow, Flamek accepting me as its contractor, and the captain giving me a place to call home again. I went from having nothing to having everything to live for. I never thought I'd be able to smile like this again. Kindness and love aren't foreign concepts to me. It's just, since the fires, it's all lain buried under a mound of ash. But when I stand on the deck of the Grand Cipher, I can feel a new wind rising and long-forgotten feelings resurfacing. The skies were clear, and the sun was out in Folca. I was relaxing on the terrace, enjoying a good book as a breeze rustled its pages. This was the peace and quiet I lived for. I had just hit Chapter 5 when my replacement transceiver buzzed. Free time was always in short supply as a contractor. Managed to squeeze in 4 chapters this time, a new record. I could barely keep from sighing as I pressed receive. This is Eustace. A new job had come in. Someone in Zega Grande was intercepting society transmissions. I was to sniff them out and bring them in. The society has operatives in every corner of the world, even here in the Forgotten Skies. But where the society goes, our nemesis organization, the Foe, follows. And Avia hadn't completely lost its influence either. Whoever the culprit was, they were playing with fire. And the society was having none of it. Understood. I sank back into my chair and stared out at the town. It was the picture of rustic tranquility. But I learned long ago that looks are deceiving.
Guess I had room to grow.
If someone was tapping society transmissions, that meant they probably had a transceiver of their own. To my knowledge, Roland was the only person from Zega with anything close. The build of his handmade device wouldn't fly with society standards. Too bulky, too conspicuous. But functionally, it was the same. As I questioned him about his device, it became clear he wasn't involved. Besides, how would he have gotten our key codes in the first place? The handyman did, however, add a new wrinkle to the investigation.
Speaking of transceivers, I've been tinkering with a new prototype to upgrade my old model. Unfortunately, it appears to have gone missing.
Any idea where you might have lost it?
No, and I've already checked everywhere. But not to worry. Assuming someone does find it, I wouldn't call it user-friendly.
He laughed it off, unaware of the gravity of the situation. Roland might have been an astral, but like the captain, he was a bleeding heart, for better or for worse. Besides, I didn't see how he'd benefit from stolen society intel, and nothing he said during the interrogation raised red flags. The culprit likely wouldn't have alerted me to the existence of a missing prototype. I left the church and took my investigation to the streets, which also turned out to be a bust. I need a drink. When liquor flows, people talk. Should have just hit the bar in the first place. I kept my ears open while nursing a brew. A few sips later, my gambit paid off.
I can't believe it's finally here. My first time joining a gathering is tomorrow. So much for sleeping tonight.
Relax. You're making it way bigger than it actually is. The Primeval Acolytes gain new followers all the time.
The Primeval Acolytes? Never heard of them. I studied the two patrons. The man had a mage's staff, while the woman wore fighter's gloves. I couldn't help but wonder if this group was recruiting combat veterans. Not that soldiers can't have a spiritual side.
Well, I did hear there's going to be a god call.
What's that?
It's a ritual where the gods speak to us through this box-looking thing.
The ability to speak to primeval gods, or primal beasts as I knew them. No one but Lyria should have that power. Something felt off. What tool could transmit the voice of a god to mortal ears? This might end up being a wild goose chase, but a lead was a lead. Might as well learn what I can. Hey, you're going to tomorrow's gathering too? I forgot to ask where it's at. Mind filling me in? A hasty pretense, but it worked.
Nice to meet another newcomer. Yeah, it's kind of disorganized, but I got you covered. So, about where we're meeting.
The acolytes told me about a remote location, but I didn't detect any signs of lying. I decided to head there along a monster-infested route, so my targets wouldn't see me coming. Right. The gathering should be taking place up ahead. Why someplace like this, though? Better hurry. Time is wasting.
Eat lead! Gotcha!
Target practice.
Does it!
Reloading.
Gotcha!
Does it! Need ammo.
Neutralizing!
Aim. Fire!
Neutralizing! Eat lead!
Now, breaking through!
They look weak. Should be able to breeze through. All right, it's over. More firepower. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good night. Clear. Need ammo. That does it! Reloading.
Gotcha! Now!
Aim. Fire! Need ammo.
Neutralizing! Gotcha!
Out of my way.
Neutralizing!
It's over! Reloading. Locking on.
Dead! Now! Gotcha!
Aim. Fire! Not in the mood.
Thunderclap! Let's go! Got him! Breaking through! Now!
There's a lot of them, but at least the floating ones are easy marks.
Eat lead! Now! Neutralizing! Now!
Targets eliminated. Reloading.
Neutralizing! Now! Neutralizing!
Oh, it's over! Doesn't seem to open from this side. Need to take a different route. Down there.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Sorry for dropping in out of the blue. I really didn't want to miss the gathering. Quite a few people had already arrived and were milling around. One of the flock greeted me with a smile.
Welcome to our humble circle.
Without dropping his smile, he gestured to my holster. Seems I wouldn't be allowed in unless I gave up my weapons for safekeeping. I didn't want to hand over Flamak, especially to an unknown organization. But I'd been on enough undercover operations to know not to resist. There were ways of complying without leaving myself defenseless.
Is there a problem, friend?
The man was all smiles on the surface, but I sensed a shark lurking below. Not at all. After turning over my weapons, I mingled with the crowd as a curious newcomer. The people of Zega Grande have honored primal beasts as gods since ancient times, but these followers took their worship to new heights, and they came from all walks of life. Some were victims of a primal's rampage, rationalizing it as divine retribution for their lack of faith. Others were desperate to fill a void left by the church's collapse, and others were converted after seeing the might and majesty of these gods firsthand. But I couldn't spend much time making small talk. I had to contact Society HQ before the gathering officially kicked off. Slipping away from the crowd, I switched on my transceiver in the shadows. Eustace reporting in, continuing infill of the primeval acolytes. I was required to hand over my weapons. Proceeding with caution. Details will follow. Over. I had to assume the perp was monitoring all my transmissions. Whatever their intentions, whether they were an enemy agent or a lone actor, it would make my job easier if I could bait them into making the first move. Which meant lying low for now.
All right. We've got lunch specials, good food, good prices.
We got rare spirits, and not the kind that want to haunt you.
Come to view the requests?
A man who looked to be in his late 30s appeared behind the pulpit, and everyone fell silent. The smell of incense filled the air. He held up a device before the crowd, and it started to play a solemn hymn. It sounds like a transceiver. Must be Roland's missing prototype. The man proceeded to read from scripture. All heads bowed in unison, all eyes closed in prayer, and I followed along. Suddenly his voice swelled, and with wild gestures he raved about the primeval gods, about how they should be revered as much as feared. That was the path to true salvation. Salvation. The wounds of obvious crusade still gaping on this skydom, and yet these people spoke in Lilith's words. Following the sermon, a voice issued from the device, which the pastor claimed was the recently recorded voice of God. Once the divine transmission was over, the floor was open to questions from the congregation. I stood against a wall, watching everything unfold. Before long, the man from the pulpit descended and made his way to me.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Izard, the head of this wonderful group.
I'm Eustace. Considering my transmissions had been tapped, I thought I'd better use the same name.
Have you also suffered at the hands of the primeval gods? I know it must be hard, but ordeals are meant to test us. Let's help each other put our best foot forward.
Thanks. Is that all you wanted to say? I wasn't the only new face at today's gathering. Why did he single me out?
You know, most people don't take the Fellfrost Passage. The monsters that nest there, they aren't too friendly. Seeing as you made it here alive and well, you've definitely got fighting talent.
Go on.
I don't know how we angered Avia, but some of their former members seem to hate us. They might leave us alone when they see we've got a tough guy like you.
I fed him a cover story about how I used to be a Seed Hollow city guard. Izard possessing Roland's prototype basically made him my culprit. But I couldn't move just yet, not without definitive proof. By the way, I've never seen anything like that sound box you used in the sermon. Do you mind me asking where you got it from?
Ah, this old beaut. Bought it at a flea market. Crazy luck, am I right? Might even be an artifact from Dolly. Now wouldn't that be something? The gods sure do work in mysterious ways.
He should have saved his breath. Looking at the device up close, the design was a dead giveaway. It was Roland's handiwork. After a few more minutes of banter, Izard walked off to speak with others. He'd been guarded. I couldn't suss out as much as I hoped. I'll let him dig himself deeper into the grave. I needed more evidence before I could bring down the gavel. Izard would make a mistake eventually. I just had to give him time.
Here it is. It's in your hands now.